What if the Aztec and Inca, two titans of the Americas, did not remain strangers? What if they met first, and what if one conquered the other? Image_shorts_1, a lone ancient American figure seen from behind, silhouetted against a vast dramatic mountain range, contemplative pose, mountain range vastness emphasized, vertical cinematic composition, no readable text. Image_shorts_2, two robed scholars seen from behind, walking slowly toward an illuminated ancient map carved into a stone wall, one scholar pointing to a specific carved route, torchlight, vertical cinematic frame, no readable text. Image_shorts_3, an extreme close-up of an ancient jade mask fragment beside a finely carved obsidian blade edge, tactile texture, dramatic museum-like lighting, vertical composition, no readable text. One empire rose from the lakes and valleys of Mesoamerica, disciplined, artistic, sacred, and terrifying. The other stretched across the Andes, engineered, organized, and bound together by roads, labor, and the authority of the sun. They were worlds apart, but in this timeline, distance would not be enough to keep them apart forever. Image_shorts_1, a silhouetted Aztec priest, standing on the summit of a stepped pyramid, arms raised toward the sun, feathered garments, symbolic and solemn, no graphic violence, vertical cinematic composition, no readable text. Image_shorts_2, an Inca noble figure standing beside a precisely fitted stone wall, hand resting on the stone surface, woven textile garment, gold ornament detail, Andean mountain light, vertical cinematic composition, no readable text. Image_shorts_3, a close-up of intricate Andean gold filigree artifact glittering in warm torchlight, tactile metal texture, vertical macro composition, no readable text. In our history, the Aztec and Inca worlds never fought a war of conquest against each other, but alternate history begins with one impossible question. What if the Aztec Empire reached the Andes and tried to swallow Tawantinsuyu whole? Image_shorts_1, a distant silhouette of two vast opposing armies across a misty battlefield, scale-focused composition, no graphic violence, vertical frame, no readable text. Image_shorts_2, two hands reaching toward each other but not touching, one adorned with obsidian jewelry and the other with gold ornaments, symbolic tension, vertical close-up, no readable text. Image_shorts_3, a very close-up abstract shot of rough-weathered stone with traces of gold flecks and obsidian fragments, symbolic conflict and wealth, vertical macro composition, no readable text. Our story begins in the early 15th century, in the Valley of Mexico. The Aztec Triple Alliance, Tenochtitlan, Texcoco, and Tlacopan, is rising into one of the most formidable powers in the Americas. At its center stands Tenochtitlan, a city of canals, temples, markets, and imperial ambition. The Aztec world is not built on fear alone. It is built on tribute, ritual, military prestige, and a sacred duty to keep the sun moving across the sky. Under powerful Tlatoani, war becomes more than expansion. It becomes the rhythm of empire. Far to the south, beyond jungles, deserts, and mountain corridors, another empire is taking shape. Tawantinsuyu, the Inca realm, binds the Andes through roads, terraces, storehouses, and imperial command. Its strength is not only in armies, but in organization. The impossible connection begins not with one army, but with a generational obsession. Its coatl begins the Southern Intelligence Network. Scouts, traders, coerced allies, river routes, and frontier outposts pushing farther south than any Mexica ruler had imagined. These expeditions are logistical feats. Supply caches, porters, and local alliances keep them alive. Over decades, rumors harden into routes. Aztec scouts and intermediaries pass through unfamiliar lands until they glimpse something extraordinary. The gold-rich societies of the northern Andes, including indigenous kingdoms later associated with Chibcha and Muisca peoples. These are not easy lands to conquer, but they become a bridge between two expanding civilizations. The Chibcha and allied peoples are not simply conquered. They become brokers, enemies, guides, captives, and reluctant intermediaries between two worlds. Through them, stories travel north of a greater golden empire, beyond mountains that seem to pierce the clouds. Those same rumors travel south. Inca messengers carry reports of strange northern warriors moving through the frontier, bearing obsidian weapons, feathered banners, and unfamiliar gods. Along the Calpagnan, anxiety moves faster than armies. The first clash is small but unforgettable. An Inca patrol meets an Aztec exploratory party, pushing too far into the northern frontier. Obsidian meets bronze, and both sides realize they have found an enemy unlike any they have fought before. The reports ignite Tenochtitlan's imagination. To the priests, the South promises new captives and new offerings. To the warriors, it promises glory. To the rulers, it promises tribute on a scale no alliance has ever commanded. In the Andes, Pachacuti, the powerful Sapa Inca of the mid-15th century, has already built the Inca machine. Roads, storehouses, governors, armies, and mountain fortresses. His successors inherit that machine, but also the tensions hidden inside it. The northern threat is distant at first, then persistent, then impossible to ignore. The Aztecs begin transforming the northern corridor. Chibcha lands become contested forward bases, supply points, and forced intermediaries. Roads, outposts, and tribute stations rise in lands that were never meant to serve Tenochtitlan. The Inca response is methodical. Fortresses rise in the mountains, roads are extended, storehouses are filled, and veteran commanders are sent north. The Andes themselves become a weapon. But even as the northern danger grows, the Inca elite is not united. Rival families, regional governors, and ambitious princes compete beneath the surface of imperial order. Small rivalries over succession and resource allocation will soon turn deadly. Generations pass. The Aztec war machine becomes a massive project of logistics, religion, and conquest. Warriors, porters, priests, guides, and coerced allies climb into the northern Andes. While supply caravans stretch thin, porters tire and mountain passes barely allow passage. The first major battles are brutal and confusing. Aztec shock assaults and unfamiliar weapons overwhelm some frontier outposts. But Inca defenders use terraces, high ground, and prepared positions to turn the mountains into layered defenses. The Inca adapt quickly. Their disciplined armies use terraces, ridges, storehouses, and narrow roads to slow the invaders. As months wear on, supply lines lag, disease and altitude wear men down, and the Aztec advance becomes slower with every ridge. Then, in a sudden generational crisis, the death of Huayna Capac opens the wound that breaks Tawantinsuyu. Huáscar and Atahualpa plunge the empire into civil war. And the northern frontier, already strained by decades of pressure, suddenly becomes vulnerable. The Aztecs, entrenched in the north, see their chance. Under a later Tlatoani remembered as the Southern Eagle, they play both sides of the Inca Civil War. Support becomes leverage, leverage becomes betrayal, and betrayal becomes conquest. A major turning point comes at Tumebamba, a crucial Inca administrative center. The Aztecs, learning from years of failure, adapt their tactics. Siege mounds, relentless pressure, and captured local labor turn a mountain stronghold into a battlefield of exhaustion. Editor: cinematic but non-graphic. Imply violence, do not show graphic wounds. As Huáscar's forces weaken, Atahualpa makes a desperate calculation. He seeks direct alliance with the Eagle warriors against his brother, promising men, resources, territory, and recognition. The Aztecs accept, but they are not there to save him. Pause. The Aztecs march with Atahualpa's forces and help crush Huáscar. Then, at the moment of victory, they turn on their temporary ally. Atahualpa is seized, and the Inca Civil War becomes the doorway to foreign domination from the north. Editor: use slow cut and reaction close-up, cinematic but non-graphic. Atahualpa's death becomes a symbol, not a spectacle. In Aztec memory, it is framed as an offering to the gods. In Andean memory, it becomes the wound that proves the invaders came not as allies, but as masters. Editor: cultural and ritual scene must remain symbolic. Imply, do not show. With both Inca claimants neutralized, the road to Cusco lies open. The imperial capital, weakened by civil war and facing a united Aztec front, resists fiercely. But after a prolonged struggle, the city falls. The conquest creates an empire of unprecedented scale. From the Valley of Mexico to the heart of the Andes, the Triple Alliance now presides over peoples, climates, languages, and landscapes no Mexica ruler could fully understand. But this is not simple subjugation. The logistical challenge forces adaptation. Aztec tribute demands merge with Inca bureaucracy, and codices meet Quipu in a new imperial administration. Codices and Quipu data are reconciled in hybrid bureaus. Cusco becomes a second imperial capital, sometimes remembered as Teotihuacan Cusco. Huitzilopochtli is honored beside Inti, and eagle imagery begins to appear beside the Inca solar disk. Religion becomes a battlefield of fusion. In the markets, ordinary life changes first. Nahuatl and Quechua mix in bargaining, tribute lists, military orders, and marriage alliances. The conquered do not simply vanish, they adapt, resist, imitate, and survive. Resistance never disappears. Surviving Inca nobles, regional chiefs, and mountain communities retreat into hidden strongholds. For years and then decades, rebellions forced the Aztecs to keep armies in lands that never stopped fighting back. The wealth of the Andes begins moving north. Gold, silver, textiles, coca, and ritual objects travel under guard toward Tenochtitlan. The old Inca sacred economy is pulled into the tribute machine of the Triple Alliance. Agriculture changes as well. Chinampa-like plots are adapted to valley floors, where water allows them, while Inca terrace irrigation influences highland agriculture in Mesoamerica. Food production expands, but so does the empire's appetite. A new warrior caste emerges, Eagle Jaguar Puma warriors. They blend Aztec ferocity with Inca discipline, carrying obsidian blades, slings, bronze clubs, and the burden of policing an empire too vast to feel natural. The war transforms the Aztec military. Slings become standard. Bronze metallurgy spreads slowly into workshops. Inca-style discipline reshapes formations, even as obsidian remains the sacred edge of imperial power. But the empire is stretched thin. Mountains, jungles, deserts, and rebellious provinces drain manpower and attention. The empire's reach outpaces its resources. The conquest has made the Aztecs greater than ever, and more fragile than they understand. The Aztec yoke is heavy, demanding tribute and obedience. Yet it also creates a vast network of roads, trade, military movement, and knowledge exchange. For the first time, distant American worlds are forced into one system. When Europeans finally appear on the horizon, they do not find two separated empires weakened in isolation. They find something stranger, a vast, syncretic empire, powerful and unstable, unified by conquest and threatened by its own contradictions. The clash of Aztec and Inca creates a world both familiar and alien. Obsidian and gold, sacrifice and bureaucracy, chinampas and terraces, eagle and sun, all become part of one impossible imperial language. So what if the Aztec Empire conquered the Inca? It would not simply create a larger empire. It would forge a new civilization on the bones of two great ones, brilliant, violent, organized, unstable, and impossible for Europe to ignore. A civilization like this might have changed the course of global history forever. It could have resisted Europe with unprecedented strength, or collapsed under the weight of its own divisions. Either way, the Americas would never look the same. Every empire has a story history forgot. This has been Historix Vault. More are coming. Subscribe so you don't miss the next one.